guys, welcome to part 5. So my car is finally back from the body shop. Unfortunately, it was involved with a fender bender, so I brought it over to Samba. Samba, the guys that did the bumper delete in part 3, not only did he knock it out of the park, he pulled the dent and removed the side markers on both sides, which really has cleaned up the front of the car a lot. So hopefully, to keep the same trend going, I am finally getting around to removing the front bumper mounts. This side is almost done. That is what is looking like before. And what I'm doing, I'm utilizing the side markers as the front turn signals. And I think it's gonna look really good. But really, when you're removing the front bumper mounts, you get a really good side profile opposed to this side that has not been done yet. You can really see that. And then, like I mentioned, I have a little more work to do here. What I need to do is cut this out and then patch it. And then I think I'll be happy with the front end. And of course, there's paint work to do at the bottom, but eventually the car will be repainted and she'll be looking really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse and get to work. All right, and this side has been cut out. So I guess there's no real way of doing this. I will say that the two major cuts that you are gonna need to make are up here, and you're gonna need at least a 6-inch cutting wheel to get through the tube and cut it just right down the middle. Obviously this isn't complete yet. Like I said, I want to cut this out, patch it, and I need to clean the rest of this up because all of it's looking really jagged. But yeah, so far I am really happy with the way it has turned out. Looks so much better than having mounting holes protrude out and whatnot. But all right, I gotta make a trip to the auto parts store to get another cutting wheel so I could get the last of this tube cut out, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm back from the store and I got this side complete. All there is left to do now is cut out a piece of metal slightly bigger than that and then tack it in. There is the other side. Now I'm using for this is a 2 1/4 inch hole maker or a 57 millimeter. You can pick these up at Lowe's, Home Depot. It's made from metal and wood, and it perfectly fits right inside there. Apologize for the bad lighting, but I think you guys get the idea. So I got that one done. I'm gonna throw you guys on the time lapse and do this one. All right, guys, so it's a new day. Finally got both of these cut out. I was using a hole saw, and if you're gonna use a hole saw, use cutting oil and low RPM. I figured that out the hard way and went through 4 hole saws, and I painted them a matte black, and it has cleaned up the front of the car so much. The original plan was I was gonna take sheet metal and patch up the holes. However, I think I'm just gonna leave them and let the air go to the radiator. So now the next big thing that we got to tackle is the blinkers. I bought this little wiring harness off of Amazon, and all it does is convert a bulb socket into 3 individual wires. You got power, ground, and the blinker wire. So I'm just going to use the factory side marker and a piece of aluminum that I drilled a hole in the middle, and I'm going to remove the riveted bolts and replace them with a longer bolt that will go through and pull the blinker towards the body. So I'm gonna get working on that, and I'll update you guys as I go. Alright, so it got pretty dark on me. I'm currently using my truck for some light. Anyways, I got this side fully installed. It is not going anywhere, it's fully wired up, and I'm actually using an LED for the blinker. And I'll show you guys that on this side I've yet to install. Not only am I waiting to install it, I'm also waiting for a lens, which is the reason why it is not in yet. But I will show you guys how I mounted this. So all I did was, I got a piece of aluminum, drilled a hole through it, got a nut washer and bolt, and all this does is pull it against the body. And it works out really well. What I'm using for an LED is, I found these off of Amazon for I think $8 for 10, and these are actually surprisingly bright. These are white, and they fit perfectly inside of the stock side marker housing. And let me pull that, check that out. It obviously pairs nicely to the wiring harness that I got as well. All you're doing is matching up white to black, or I'm sorry, white to white, black to black, and it works out great. So I'm gonna get this one on, and I'll show you guys that when it's done. All right, so I got this side wired up and mounted in its place. The only thing I'm waiting for is the lens. This is the side that was involved with the fender bender, and the lens broke. Unfortunately, I'm unable to show you guys what the flashes look like. My flasher relay just went out, and so that's kind of a bummer. I put an order in on it tonight. We'll be here in about a week. So I think I'm gonna end the video here, but I think we achieved the goal of cleaning the front end of the car. I'm really happy with the way the front bumper mounts turned out, and I'm really happy with the way the turn signals turned out. It really has cleaned up the front end of the car a lot. So with all that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. I gotta give a huge shout out to my Uncle Dale. I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm working out of a new garage. He's allowed me to store my car and work on it during the winter months. So huge shout out to you, Uncle Daryl. And yeah, so next video, you guys will see the front end in action. See you guys in the next one. Thanks.